Hi everybody, and welcome to District 14 Hare Scramble series. Some of the sponsors, as always. We are doing round 5 at Muskegon Motorcycle Club. Getting ready to start as we get down to the 10 seconds. And we are off. This is my first good start of the whole season. Especially breaking in the new bike. Sitting in about 8th place right now as we start. There's Tristan. I'll be following right behind him. Going through this nice rhythm section through the woods here. Feeling fast, feeling smooth. Got my suspension work all set up by MCR, so I'm feeling a lot better on the bike with that. Nice little tire section here, the Enduro Cross. End up hitting a bottleneck. Line choice is definitely crucial. I got hung up a little bit. Get past that there, and then it's back into the woods through some rhythm section here. Definitely a really fast course. Muskegon was awesome. Definitely a different layout. Some riding that you will never see in Michigan. I shouldn't say never, but this is some riding that you're not always going to see in Michigan unless you're on the west side of the state. Really fast-paced course as well. There is some tight sections throughout the loop, but for right now it's pretty wide open. Making our way over to the motocross track through this trail. This was a nice wide open section. I was flying through this later on in the day, but for right now all I have is the first lap, so you guys are going to be enjoying the first lap of the course. Little sections here and there of what we rode for the 2.5 hours. Missed, held the clutch in for a little too long. I noticed that I'm on the gas, off the gas quite a bit, like I'm really playing with the throttle. Something that I gotta learn to where I need to be more smooth with my throttle. There we go, getting on it. Going through a rhythm section or whoop section, whatever you want to call it. I call it a rhythm section, that's just BMX lingo. Making our way out onto the motocross track. This was a nice, fun straightaway later on in the day. I didn't know where this was taking us. I knew it was wide open, but I didn't know if it was going to be a sharp turn, left, right, whatever, but it ended up being pretty straightforward. We are riding on the motocross track actually backwards as well, so everything that we're hitting the landing before we even hit the actual jump. So we couldn't really hit any of these tabletops or anything, but I would just hop off the brunt of it. I got that guy in that KTM. He's trying to make a pass on the inside. Got Wollet, made a pass on the outside. Now I got to play catch up with him. My goal for this race was to be as smooth as possible, fast as possible, try not to make any mistakes, and within the first lap, you're trying to learn the track. Making our way back into the woods again. This here was the wettest root section on the course. What was really cool was that you can make any kind of pass you wanted if you wanted to. Well, what I mean by that is you can make your own pathway through this section. So through here, I was able to take different routes every time just so I can avoid so many of those wet roots, because it's like ice when you get on top of those roots. You want the front end to really float and let the back end kind of hit whatever. You want to try to hit as dry land as possible. You don't want to be in that wet stuff. Oh, we got a little bit of a bottleneck. Line selection is key. Found this nice little inside to outside turn. And I'm getting held up by 2 riders in row 5. Give them a little rev, let them know that I'm behind them. Trying to find a line that I can take to get around them as well. The key to make a smooth pass is to scan everything and make sure that you have a wide opening like this. Nice smooth pass. Found an opening. Kind of came around that tree a little tight. Front end stuck in. Now this here was pretty tricky. You come around this corner, you're almost at a dead stop. There's this log here. I was able to get over it pretty smooth, but I was not ready for it. But that's just racing in a hare scramble. You're not ready for half of the stuff here. And when I actually got to the course or got to the track, I wasn't able to walk the pathway or walk the course. So I had no clue what we were going to be racing for that day. Here we are getting back out in the open here. Just let the bike scream, get through quite a bit of gears. Trying to be smooth in the grass turns. Nice smooth throttle. I don't know if I'm just throttle happy or what it is. I don't know if I just like hearing the noise of the bike. Like, there's a lot of unnecessary throttle blips that I shouldn't be doing. I should be, like, really smooth and consistent. Like that. That's a lot better. A little bit smoother. Making the way through the course here. This was more flatland area, but it was really open with all these trees here. Just plowing my way through. Tried to make a nice pass, but I wasn't able to get it. Any kind of door that you see open, you want to take it. I've learned over time to really scan around on the course to find an opening to make a pass, or if there is a shorter way to take that pathway. Sitting at about 9th place. We make it past scoring. We're only about 19 minutes or 16 minutes in. This really opened up. I was flying through this section as well. I gave no let off on that throttle. Make our way back out in the open again. These berms are really fun. Throughout the day, these berms got a lot better. They felt so good to go through. And then getting back into this wood section, it felt great. Another thing you got to look out for, try not to stay on the actual pathway. Sometimes you want to be to the right, sometimes you want to be to the left. Right there I made a mistake. I should have took the inside line, but I didn't see it. Now here we are, we're doing some off-camber stuff. We're getting out into the more hilly parts of the course. This is the kind of riding I love. I love the off-camber, I love hills. We just don't have a lot of it in Michigan. So when there's stuff like this, I really enjoy having a chance to ride these kinds of trails. Making our way onto this downhill. This thing is steep. Just hold on to the clutch. Tap the brakes every once in a while. Kind of held up in traffic here. I wish I was able to kind of fly through this section. But I'm getting held up by, it looks like row 5. Wasn't really super slick through this hillside here down in the valley, but you could easily slip. Dirt was just nice and tacky. Nice little bridge crossing. Apparently somebody fell into that water. If not that water there were some other bridges that we went across as well. There we are, making smooth passes. Crossing more bridges. Trying to stay nice and smooth. Now for our first decent hill climb. Kicking it at about first or second gear, just walked right up the hill, no problem. Apparently there was a lot of roots in that hill. I didn't really notice it, just let the front end kind of walk and do its thing, let the back end take all the punishment and make it on up. just playing on top of a hill, and then we were going to be making our way back down the hill, kind of going a little bit, you know, back and forth. Camera is just taking a bunch of punishment right now. I know it's actually pointed up a little bit. Some side hill action, loving it. Then we get back out in the open. Right here we start making our way back down. And right in front of us, if you can see across the creek there, that's a hill that we gotta climb. But first we gotta make a loop over this way. I'm gonna get a little bit of dirt on my lens. Right here. And I did not wipe any of this off. So what I wanna do is I want to get this video at least up the hill climb, back to where we started, so that way you guys can see what the whole first lap looked like. But for right now, just try to see what you can see. Through here was some really wet stuff, really side hill kind of stuff. Very technical. Oh, got locked up there. Somebody trying to make a pass on me. I'm like, no, buddy. You're not passing me. I'm sorry, but if you're in my class, there's no way I'm letting you pass me. It's just racing. If you can pass me, you can pass me in an open area, or if you can find a line to where you can pass me, go ahead. Because I know for sure it's not the row 1, row 2, or row 3 guys, because there's no way they would have made it around the course that fast. But I know that about around the 3rd or 4th lap, if I hear somebody coming up on me quick, I know to get to the side and let those guys by. Me and Wallet doing a little cat and mouse. My pivot turns, I'm actually kind of happy with those. I felt like my pivot turns were really good. And here we go, we're going up the hill. .33 tries to make a pass on me, and I'm like, nope. Going up this hill here. Oh, so much fun. That hill was so much fun. I heard there was a lot of chaos on that hill, but luckily every time I went around, I didn't have that problem. It was nice and open for me. And that concludes the whole first lap at Muskegon Motorcycle Club. Awesome course. Loved it. I cannot wait to go back to it again. Apparently we have a Sprint Enduro back at that course, so I am excited for that. And at this race, I ended up getting 37th overall out of 180 riders, and then in class I ended up getting 7th out of a total of 17 guys in Open B. My laps were around 27 minutes, if not a little bit more than 27 minutes. I know I could do a lot better, but as for right now, I feel like I've improved a lot since the beginning of the season, going from about around 10th place to finish with a 7th place in Open B. I know I have it in me to get up into the top 5. So for right now, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment on the video if you would like. I also know that there are quite a few races missing that I will be posting later on. I know like round 3 and 4 and some of the Sprint Enduro series I have not posted, so I will be getting around to that. So as for right now, I will talk to you guys later, and we will see you at the next race. Peace.